Hi, I'm Nancy Nangeroni.
And I'm Gordine McKenzie.
And this is GenderVision.
Lots of people making big bucks. You and me, babe, I see we're out of love. Well, I heard a voice from a high above. It don't cost a thing just to be in love. We don't have anything but love.
Thank you for joining us. Today we're going to talk about being transgender in the workplace, and we're also going to talk about some of the issues that transgender youth face in education, like bullying and things that prevent them from finishing school and give them a disadvantage in the workplace.
We've got two terrific guests, Ethan St. Pierre and Alishia Ouelette. And Alicia's a firefighter, and Ethan is an activist and an educator, a former policeman. And we think you're going to love what they have to say, and they're terrific folks, so we're pleased to have them with us. But first, let's see, we have some other things to talk about. Story just broke a few days ago. I think it was a few days ago, February 20th. That would be like yesterday or today. Anyway, there was a school in Washington that has elected a drag queen as their homecoming queen. Kind of a certainly a departure from the norm. I feel bad for the girls who didn't get elected, but at the same time representing a real shift in consciousness that an openly gay male can be so welcomed and accepted into his high school. And that's just a terrific thing, encouraging news to hear.
That's pretty fabulous.
Yeah.
I mean, I really like the idea, and I can only imagine the way that the young person was dressing too.
Yeah.
It was probably pretty great.
We've got and everybody, I think we just showed everybody a picture of her.
That's pretty great.
Yeah.
You know, last year there was an incident at a high school, Putnam County High School in New York, and there were students that cross-dressed to support a sophomore boy who was in the process of transitioning to a girl. So the students all decided to go ahead and cross-dress and be very, very supportive of their friend.
God, I can't imagine that.
Fantastic. Can you believe that? So even the boys wore like skirts and they wore wigs, but they didn't want their friend to feel discriminated against.
That's terrific. You know, transgender people still face pockets of opposition in the world, and there are certainly people with closed minds who don't want to give transgender people fair and equal rights. But here in Massachusetts, it's starting to look like that's not the case. We just, we're pleased to be able to tell you that we just, the bill that we're introducing into the Massachusetts legislature, we just obtained 104 co-sponsors out of 200 legislators. That's a majority.
So amazing.
A majority in the Senate and the House in Massachusetts. And so not only that, but the Speaker of the House is a co-sponsor. One of the co-chairs of the Judiciary Committee, that will be the committee that considers the bill, is also a sponsor. So we're feeling very optimistic about that bill passing in Massachusetts, and very appreciative of the support of Governor Patrick and Attorney General Martha Coakley. And you know, I think the sea has changed, and people are accepting the fact that gender expression should be a fundamental right accorded to everyone, not just transgender people, but freedom of gender expression and identity is something that hurts nobody else, and everybody deserves that freedom.
That's really important, and it's so inspiring to see DeLeo coming out publicly for that as Speaker of the House, as one of his real first moves too.
Yeah, Speaker DeLeo actually made his first public appearance following he recently became Speaker of the House of Massachusetts, and his first public appearance was at a Mass Equality event. And Mass Equality is an organization that's made it their #1 priority to pass that legislation. They were the organization that got the marriage, the amendment prohibiting marriage defeated in the legislature, right? And they've now taken on this, what people tend to call the Transgender Civil Rights Bill. It's really a gender civil rights bill They've taken that on as their top priority this year. Of course, the Massachusetts Transgender Political Coalition is the lead sponsor of that bill, and Gunnar Scott, of course, doing some terrific work there.
That's really encouraging and really forebodes well for the passage of that bill.
It does.
But Massachusetts won't be the first state to pass
That's
that
right.
bill.
There's 13 other states with employment non-discrimination protections, and there's 12 other states with hate crimes protections.
That's right. So it's time.
So and that leads us right into our topic for today, because we want to talk about employment issues for transgender folks. And when we talk about employment, of course, we have to talk about the ability of people to get jobs and to get the kind of education that opens doors for them, that gives them the kind of job opportunities that everybody wants for themselves. So,
well, you know, the rates of discrimination of transgender people in the workplace is extraordinarily high. And a lot of studies that have been done from 1996 to 2006 note that like 13 to 56% of all transgender people have been fired from their jobs just for being transgender, because they don't have protection, as you noted. And 13 to 47% had been denied employment on the basis of being transgender, and 22% have been harassed either verbally or physically in the workplace.
These numbers come from a range of from studies over a period of 10 years, right?
And some of the studies I've read even project a lot higher figures. So what we're seeing is that transgender people are vastly unemployed or underemployed or discriminated against or even policed in the workplace, like
That's
around the bathroom in terms of what bathroom a person should do. And it's really a bad problem, particularly for someone that's in transition. That's the most vulnerable time that a transgender or transsexual has in the workplace.
In the transgender community, it's a well-known fact that people who transition tend to lose their jobs. Right. Very few people who transition are able to hang on to their jobs, or at least that was the story 5 to 10 years ago. But today it is changing, and one of our guests today will tell you about how she is remaining on her job after her transition. Courageous.
Well, and if this bill passes, then maybe we'll see less bullying and maybe we'll see less job discrimination.
So should we go to our guest?
I'm looking really forward to it.
Okay, we'll be right back. Don't go away. Welcome back. I want to introduce our first guest. Well, we're going to have both our guests actually. Alishia Ouelette, she's a firefighter and EMT with the Danvers Fire Department. She's an active member of the transgender community and a political activist. She serves on a number of boards, including the North Shore Alliance of Lesbian and Gay Youth, or Gay and Lesbian Youth, also known as NAGLY, where she's an advisor and outreach and education director. She's a board member and diversity trainer for the Gay Officers Action League of New England, and she also serves as a commissioner on the Massachusetts Commission of GLBT Youth. And she also works with us here at GenderVision. Welcome to GenderVision.
Yeah.
Welcome, Alishia.
She's always here with us. So.
Yeah, I'm usually behind the scenes, but yes, thank you. It's great to be here.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Alrighty.
And we also have with us today Ethan St. Pierre, and Ethan is a female-to-male transsexual, a gender activist. Ethan also is on a lot of boards. Ethan is on the Gay and Lesbian Anti-Violence Project Board, the International Foundation for Gender Education, and Families United Against Hate, and also on the board of the Garden of Peace. Ethan has done a lot of work in the area of hate crimes and survivors. He works with the Remembering Our Dead project as a coordinator, and he's also founder and creator of Trans FM, an internet broadcasting, and he co-hosts a live talk show host with TJ Spirit called The Radical Trannies. And Ethan was with us on Gender Talk Radio for a long time.
Yes, so this is really nice. Thank you for inviting me.
It's a pleasure to have you. Forgive our little word mix-ups.
We're moving from the